Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to episode 4 of Boat Thrower, season 4 of the Savage Lands. So, this fortress is really close to the ocean, and everything we were experiencing in the last episode has reminded us about that. While I was trying to dig out an area that I want to use for the citizenship, these wet blobs here have constantly crossed my plans, and, well, let's just put it like that. Building a city down here will be quite a difficult task. But we've struck land deep down below, and it seems as if once we hit that depth, the watery problems are over. So for today, my goal is to utilize what we got here or considering to go downstairs for good. I have already talked about that in the last episode quite thoroughly, that if it's gonna be good down here, it's going to be way smarter to do all our workshops and everything beautifully deep down below. But we'll see about that. What I'm going to do now is something similar I did in the last episode, but for today we definitely seem to have finally found a layer where all this madness of wet walls is no longer plaguing us, but damp stone located. So it is not really wise to be picky here. That's what I make out of that. There is room that we can use, there is room that we should use, and there is room that we will use. So let's do this. So first things first, I just realized that we should totally dig down here as well. There we go. And I don't see any good reason why we shouldn't excavate this entire chamber and all the connected areas, just like we did upstairs, downstairs. I feel this is going to be our first level. So building a city here will be in so far a challenging, interesting task, as we are going to need to work with what we got. And we probably also need to lay down entire new floorings, walls, whatnot. There's going to be a lot of work involved in this fortress. I already like it. So let's move back upstairs. I think we are pretty well off so far. I do want a lever, though, a little bit deeper, and it is about time that we set up a couple of hotkeys here. So that's going to be F2. And that's going to be F3 for the time remaining. So, we have the burst caravan coming in. So, we're going to build ourselves a trade depot at the coast, I suppose. Well, it's not really ideal, but we're going to make something more ideal in the future. So, the outpost liaison has arrived. We haven't really brought up anything we could trade with. There's almost nothing at our disposal where I feel like, yeah, we should totally trade. So I am going to assign a broker, because, every fortress should have one, but I don't expect any bigger trade to come together. So, hello there, dear mountain home. What actually could we need? I mean, we are really well off in many ways, but I can already say I want some cloth from silk and pigtail. I think that's a good thing. And let's see, where's leather? Yeah, here, leather. So bring me some yak leather too. These things will be quite useful because I have historically a bit of a shortage with these things. So let's check back at the merchant's place. Do we even have anything worth being transported there? Because I somehow doubt it, to be quite honest. We do have a couple of blocks. We don't have made any trade goods whatsoever. Nah. we're not going to waste our time here with trading. This is a very, very sustaining fortress. What's the stink coming from? I'm confused. Who's the stinker? There's been a big cloud of miasma. I can only assume that the miasma spreader has been removed the moment I took a closer look. Okay, so we now have the city core available. Ish. It's a shame to take this. So, let's cut a corner here. And let's cut a corner here. Is this okay? Yeah. Let's see. Want to draw out a bit of a structure that allows us to put in apartments. Let's see. Oh, fresh people. So, this place is a real bummer. Jeez. So, at the end of the day, it doesn't help at all. We need to do this as follows. So all these sand walls have to go. Doesn't help. They have to be replaced with constructed walls. Our dwarves will hate it otherwise. So, oh, oopsie, wrong thing. Keep forgetting that check mark. That's why it's good that we went for such an overkill with rock salt blocks. Because this is a problem that this entire city has. But, you know, at the end of the day, we can build just regular walls out of the stone that we got, and then nobody has to be unhappy, right? So, this is a pretty unusual situation where you got to tweak your environment like that. So I'm really enjoying this extra difficulty here. So, can you do this like that? Yeah, perfect. No, not any material. We want a very, very specific material. Salt. Does this only take blocks? Well, we'll see about that. So, if they put up any wrong flooring, I know why. So the real sweet thing about the tool that I'm using here, the planner tool, is that you can draw your commands over several rooms, which you couldn't without the planner. I really like it that DFHack has made it this way that now you get to select whether you want to use the vanilla interface or their modded one. That's pretty good. When they started with all that, they had it a tad bit more complicated. Alright, so here we go. First real apartments are coming together. That's a place where I actually want to have somebody living at, you know. Combat? Alright. What the hell is going on here? Buzzard people? I don't like what I'm seeing here. But we have a real swords dwarf here, alright. Bet he's from Shin Mistum. No. He's, oh, he's from the neighbors. Okay. So, I would assume that... Are these actually people from my place? Yes, they are. So... Alright, the mace dwarf from the caravan has taken care of that. Okay, so it seems as if Some troublemaker got smacked? This makes me really, really uncomfortable. Not gonna lie. Alright, whatever. So, this place here needs to stop accepting food. Very important. It's hogging all the food. You see, there's lots of wines and the like there. It's not supposed to be like that. This entire economy of this fortress is still a mess. Horrible mess, to be exact. But at the same time, we're getting things under control here. So we're going to use... We have starving animals. Oh, thank you, DFHack. You're such a good tool. So what has happened here is something that happens to me tons of times. New people arrive at the fortress, and I forget to put them onto a pasture. That's just the same old story. I keep forgetting about them, and if they don't have a spot where they can graze at, they're just gonna starve. So, DFHack saves lives. Alright, so here we're now going to use the planner because it's an amazing tool. It allows us to place down the doors for later usage. I really cannot recommend DFHack enough. It's such a wonderful little thing, okay? It's really, really easing up your entire process with this game. Okay, so the bedrooms back there, they need to be destroyed quite soon and rebuilt. Because I cannot replace the floor, oopsie, below a, I don't want that screen. I cannot change the floor below a bed. These, or do I? Maybe I can by now, but the last time I checked I wasn't able to. So, next step, we got to smooth everything here. Yeah, well, we don't have to, but I love it when we do. So, I think this is binding way more workforce than the actual job is worth right now. But we are dwarves. We like fancy things, and dwarves are really known for being hasty or all those things, you know. Therefore, I say, it's okay. We can take our time. So, yeah, let's replace that piece of wall. Very happy with what we're getting ourselves together here now. Really, really happy. So, the only thing I dislike about it is how motley these walls are looking like, you know. But, well, if I would like to have a uniforms look, I'd need to carve out all of these, and I'm somehow not down for that. To some degree, I like to tell myself now that we just gotta accept that boat thrower is not the most hospitable or easy task for us. Oh, our broker wants to artifact some. So let's see. So, can't I? Oh yeah, here. So, this is not a good sign. This shows that we don't have the necessary workshop currently available for this fella. Damn, this is a bad sign. Alright, so let's put up a leatherworker's shop, a smithy, you know, all those things that tend to be a thing for secretive dwarves. Bowyer. Then, I don't know, missing something? I don't think the jeweler is a thing, but I'll pick it up just in case. So we have all the others already. So yeah, he claimed the Metalsmith's Forge. This is very, very tragic. Are these guys still here? No. Damn. So, yeah, let's see if we can save that guy. What's happening here is he wants to create an artifact, and we don't have the necessary goods for that available as of yet. So, we have a crisis here. A dwarven crisis. So, we're just smacking quickly the bedroom assignments of that. Actually meant to go for a tavern or something like that. You know what? We're just going to issue at least the job, okay? Because, we need that. So here's going to be our first real big establishment. And now to the smelters. Luckily, I got some... I thought I had some coke or lignite. Here, there is lignite. So we obviously don't have it as a thing in our possession, or why is it not being shown here? It's very, very weird, but we can use the work order system. That should just do the trick. And then we are going to make iron bars. That's the best I can do for now. Oh, iron bars. So we got magnetite. I think I need to put it differently in there. Yeah, smelt magnetite work, because God forbid you cannot configure the end product. Oh, well. Good old Dwarf Fortress. So, our dude here will now either die, or, well, we're going to be able to give him the metal that he requires. So... lignite has to be transformed into burnable coke before you can actually use it. So we're going to put up a storage stockpile here. And I think it was finished good. No? Bar. It's a bar. Coke is a bar. And it's called coal, ironically enough. So the coke you'd make here is actually a coal bar, although the game calls it coke. Isn't this a nightmare? Alright. So they're gathering together the things they require. I really am worried about my friend here. You guys. So somebody hauled the items on over here, but the task isn't present. Oh boy, this is really nasty. So let's put a storage up for lignite. Clock is running. Poor fella. Okay. Let's just hope that this will somehow reset the death clock. I mean, the moment we got that lignite here... Oh, yeah, now I remember my problem. It's a user mistake. We need to put up a charcoal furnace first. Damn, I forgot about that. Because, it's not as if you can burn the lignite in its pure form. You have to put in a charcoal first. Dang. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress. Alright. But now it will work. We still got some time. So that's the utmost important task now. Alright, so there should be now a chance for us to smelt some iron. I mean, at the same time, at least I got the iron, I suppose, after that. There we go. Finally. So in this fortress, I'm kickstarting a lot of industries without me wanting it, actually. There we go. So, he works secretly. We saved his life. Alright. Let's see what useless kind of gizmo he's going to crank out as a reward for us for saving his life. So, that's 5 blocks, that's 5 blocks, that's just what I like to see. Alright. So we have to remove the sand. Okay. Thing about dwarves is, if they don't get to finish their artifact they want to build, they just lay down and die. Not over exaggerating here. They're either going to die from depression, that's the simpler way, or they're going to go berserk and try to kill everybody. So that's why you should always be concerned if some dwarf enters a weird mood. It's very, very important to give them what they need, otherwise they'll die. Good. So let's put in some more beds into these rooms. This should do something for the overall happiness here. An intricate iron left gauntlet. Alright. So, let's see. There's not anything historical on it. That's sad. I always love when they have some sort of historical detail going on themselves, but whatever. I don't like that I had this unused closest material. I'm worried that I get some crappy wall that I don't. There we go. Jeez. Luckily, this building menu isn't complicated at all. It's resetting. That's why. No. Jeez, nah, I'm just freaking confused. Don't mind me. Okay, so here we go. It automatically suspends these blocks until the corners are done. I gotta say, this is magnificent. For somebody who's been suffering from the weirdnesses of Dwarf Fortress for so long, DF Hack irons out so many of the dumbnesses of the system for you, for free, without you needing to configure anything. It's really good. It's like you have a co-pilot who knows every kink of the game better than you, and activating a protection for you before you even have to worry about anything. Okay, so it's starting to come together here. So we need, what, 112 blocks for this entire floor? Sheesh. That's brutal, man. Okay. So, let's see. This is one hell of a big room. Just realized that I'm really building here. Maybe a little bit too big. Yeah, you know what? We're going to make 2 rooms out of that. There we go. So, 1 dining hall, and I don't know, maybe a temple next door. Something like that will help us out tremendously. Alright, so the logistics of this place are an utmost nightmare. The setup is going really slowly and with a lot of problems, but at the end of the day, most people here are happy, and we're going to make nice progress here. Speaking about progress, I want to expand my storages here a tad bit, and it seems as if this floor here is completely free of any aquiferous rock or something like that. There seems to be nothing here. So I want to build a new stoneworkers workshop here, because I do see with all those blocks that we are currently ordering and using, oh well, we are going to need more than this one workshop. Therefore, also expanding these areas. And yeah, so next step, we're going to make this a real stone place. Jeez. This is really one of the hardest tasks, because we technically have to replace wide portions of this fortress. Usually I just go deeper, but with this fortress, the point here is, if you are wondering why the hell are you doing this to yourself, it's quite simple. I am afraid that if I would go any deeper, there might be the same all over again. And I honestly assume that this might be the case. I've been playing near a ocean near an ocean tile already, and what happened there was that no matter how deep I went, there were always aquiferous regions. So, you know, I'd rather take what I got instead of searching for I don't know how long for something better. You know, that's just the ideas that I had with that. So, let's see. The Fisher Dwarf. I want him to be only on his fishery. Here we go. Winter is upon us, but it doesn't seem as if winter is influencing the ocean in any way. It's kind of a relief for me, because that means we're well off. Okay, so we're processing that stuff. I do have a loom here. Alright, so the most important things are coming together. Beautiful. So let's plant out some sweet pods in between. These are used in sugar production first and foremostly, but you can also brew some booze out of it. And when it comes down to dwarves and booze, one thing is really important. You need to have some booze diversity. Dwarves go depressive if they have to drink the same stuff day and 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 day again. So that's the basic idea. All right. Particularly proud of this part of my son here, I must say, because this is a lengthy and annoying task. I'm well aware of that, but at the same time, I feel as if we're going to make really something unique here, you know? Alright, so I'm going to go only for rock salt. So I don't want to use boulders. There we go. Alright, this way now the planner knows that we only want to use rock salt blocks for the sake of the construction, and that is exactly what we want. Let's see, we should be doing the same thing here as well. Those settings went in there. Wonderful. So now that system also knows what kind of stone we want to use, and this is making things so much easier. Before I had these tools, I was suffering really hard when I did stuff like that. Not gonna lie, it was really not fun. My older series, you see exactly what I'm talking about here. So my goal here is to get some social infrastructure going for everybody as quick as possible. And we're of course setting up a temple here as the first thing, because I feel as if dining halls and whatnot is all fine and good, but I need to set up other things first, so this is going to be your first temple. And let's see, Vukar of course has the most worshippers, Nashas also. Alright, we're going to set up the Death and Suicide Temple first. Oh, it's a lovely place. This is something that guides us through the entire series already, just in case you're wondering. These guys have really, really weird gods. Goes so far that I have my doubts about their moralic integrity. Let's call it like that. So we require chairs and tables, and that's where I'm going to outro here. Oh, sorry, it's called thrones. You make it out of stone, it's a throne. If you make it out of wood, it's just a chair. It tells you something about dwarven culture. Jokes aside, we're going to make rock thrones here, and let's see, we can use... Yeah, we're going to use rock salt here furthermore. So we want at least 10 of these thrones, and then we want tables. So for now, we're going to make all of the things here out of rock salt, because, you know, we don't have more materials. That is if I hit the search bar. So my good friends, I thank you so much for being around with me. I do deeply enjoy this series. I hope so do you. Feel free to drop me a donation at PayPal, buy me a coffee or Patreon. Feel free to leave a comment, a subscription, or a thumbs up even. And of course, check out my Let's Play gaming channel. I have a link to that down there in the comments. And once that thing hits 1,000 subscribers, there will be way more gaming content from my side. That all being said, I hope you enjoyed your time here, and more of all that next time. We're going to have a really nice fortress here, I promise. And one day soon, I'll be able to build something over water. For sure. See you there, and have a good one.